Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stephen Gill and I'm from the Army Logistics Training Centre. So today we're going to show you two techniques on how to build sandbag walls. Alright, the first one we're going to show is a single layer sandbag wall that we normally build. Up to 3 bags high. If we have to go above 3 bags, we have to build a secondary wall behind it. So we're going to show you the first technique today, and that's going to be a single layer sandbag wall. And normally we build these walls to 3 sandbags high. If we have to go higher than 3 sandbags, then we'll have to build a secondary wall behind it to reinforce the wall itself and provide it with some structural integrity. So as you can see from the beginning at the start, it's important that we have the seams all facing one way and that the folds all face towards the start point. Before we start with the second layer, we have to make sure that we compact the sand and provide that good foundation base to enable the next layers up and down. This process also enables us to lock in each layer of the sandbags, especially which is very important when we're looking at a single layer sandbag wall. And as you can also see, the fellas here, they're also placing the sandbags into line, but they've got a bit of a technique with it coming in from the end and placing it in already towards the start of the wall. So that's also aids in that locking in ability when they bash in the sandbags on each layer. So we also have a technique when we're talking about that offset. We want it to look a bit like the bricks at your home. Okay, so we want it to sort of be offset in terms of where these seams and points are here. It's important that they're offset. Okay. At the start, you can start with a half full sandbag and then go with a full sandbag there, and that will give you that offset at the beginning. Alright, and 3 high is as high as we will go with the single layer sandbags. So what we'll do now is go through what we call a double wall, or one that goes up higher than 4 sandbags. So this technique requires a little bit of prior planning, and it also requires a little bit of thinking on behalf of the people laying the sandbags. So the first layer itself will be laid in the exact same technique, all right? And then there will also be a parallel layer that's offset to the front, if that makes sense. So if you're looking at the first layer from the top point of view, you'll see that the bags are offset, and that enables us to also lock in those sandbags and create a better seal there in between sandbags. Okay, so on layers 2 and 4, and on the even layers as we go higher, we have a full sandbag placed adjacent or at a 90-degree level at 10-metre intervals along the entire both rows of the sandbags, and then on either side of the back layer we place a half-filled sandbag on either side to enable us to continue with that offset pattern, just like the bricks in your home. So the first layer, or the odd numbered layers, so 1, 3 and 5, that is the usual technique that we showed you on that single sandbag wall. And as with the first technique, we ensure that we compact the sand and lock those sandbags in together. And as you can see, this third layer now going on top will just be that same technique that we had at the first one. Now it's very important when we're building these walls up higher that we make sure that we compact that sand.
That's it, thanks.
Compact that sand on each layer as we go. If you have a team of people, you can have that working concurrently down the length of your wall. And then to continue on is just to continue with each different layer on the odds and the evens. So when we are going on that fourth level, so as I mentioned before, that second level would be 10 metres apart with that sandbag that goes at 90 degrees. Now we want to offset that tie-in sandbag in between the other ones there. So we go 5 metre for the first on the fourth level and then 10 metres from there. So we want to offset that tie-in sandbag to the other tie-in sandbags on levels 2. You'll also notice on those 90-degree sandbags, the seams or the folds of the sandbag are to the rear of the wall. Hand back over to Simon. Thanks, David. Thanks for that. Just a couple of other things for consideration. If you're putting them around your house and you have a mulched garden bed, probably best to clear the mulch away and put them down on a reasonably solid surface rather than have the mulch up and it's a bit porous that the water will get in underneath. Okay? Just simple things like that. Thanks again to the ADF. I'll hand back to Tim now. Thanks.